Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about the cartilage. Quite interesting topic. Before I start, cartilage is what? It's simply a soft, flexible structure. Basically, in our life, or like you might have seen before our nose. I mean, at the start of nose, you will see kind of soft like a structure before nose. That's also made up of cartilage, and it get that's quite soft by the way. Then even another soft structure present on our ear, like the outer ear, external ear, that's basically called as pinna. That is structure present in ear. I hope it would be clear. Then cartilage are quite flexible kind of connective tissues, and you'll see kind of membrane. They are like surrounded by inner, not inner, but surrounded by a layer that's called as a peritoneum. That's an covering. Cartilage are simply present just because they provide they are attached to the joints, because they does so many functions. How they reduce friction. Like a lot of people do exercise in their daily life, so at the joints they should not have friction. So this means they reduce friction so that they could do a lot of exercise, they can bear the weight and do such kind of things. So I hope it will be clear. Then they are simply like they are found or not initiated, but they are developed by a bone, and they are divided from chondrocyte cells. Basically, they're made from chondrocytes cell, right? Then we'll read it all so that you get it nicely. Then our cartilage are of three types. What are these three types? Let's check it out. First one you see called as, so as I mentioned, we have three types. If we just name it out, first one called as hyaline cartilage, second one known as fibrocartilage, and the last one known as elastic cartilage. These three types quite important. Let's check it out, what's the difference and everything. So hyaline cartilage, which is present between so many things, between ribs. Ribs is kind of an structure that's simply which join vertebral column dorsally. That's in a structure which even join sternum vertically. So this present between ribs and sternum. You might have seen ribs like this structure, and in the middle we have another kind of structure. So these are ribs, and the middle one called as sternum. So these are present between ribs and sternum, and even on the nose, the soft one, that's also present. And even you'll see on the bone surface of a lot of like so many joints. So I hope it will be clear. Then comes the second one, which is called as fibro. So let's go with this color now. Fibrocartilage, this is simply the hardest cartilage among all these, hardest than all. And you'll see this one is mostly present near the knee, because knee they require the hardest, because from knee we do so many functions. Our like movement is literally controlled by knees and pectoral region as well. So this means they control out everything. So just the hardest and very much required. Then comes the last one, which is called as elastic cartilage. Elastic means something, if we just stress it out, this means again it will come to its original position. So we just say these are quite soft, like softest than all. They are strong as well, soft, strong, even flexible, so much flexible. And you'll see these are present on the outer covering of the ear, which is like pinna, as I mentioned, which is present on the ear. And even you will see on internal and external other organs or the parts, which are epiglottis, which is simple in opening or like opening and closing like structure between so that between esophagus and windpipe, so that our food goes in a esophagus and air go into another. So this means there's slit like opening, like this one structure at the back we have. So this means opening, it opens and close when required. So epiglottis even on the larynx. So I hope these three types would be very much clear. Three types, very important. And even, yes, very important point, cartilage don't have blood vessels, don't have no not have blood vessels. So let's read it out so that we understand it more nicely. Let me add pictures again. So here comes, let's read it out. The structure of cartilage. First thing, they are soft, flexible, made up of connective tissue layer called as perichondrium, and they're present in human skeleton. Of course, they are precursor. These cartilage are present in joints to provide cushion, reduce friction between bones, and give them protection as well. Cartilage, and just very important point, our cartilage are quite soft like structure, so from where they will get nutrients, right? So cartilage get nutrients from the surrounding tissues by the process of diffusion, so very important point. And even because they lack blood vessels, therefore they grew and repair slower than other tissues. So if they get an issue, they get any injury on these cartilages, so they require more time to grow as compared to other tissues, and like this means they repair very slowly. There's the formation of cartilage, which is done by the chondroblast cells, which are in the outer covering bone and divided from the chondrocyte cells, and there are so many functions. And there are some non-collagenous proteins to develop cartilage. There are three types of cartilage we mentioned. First one called as hyaline cartilage, second fibrocartilage, third elastic cartilage, right? So hyaline cartilage, which is present between ribs and sternum, and even nose at the nose bone in many joints, and they have a smooth surface that allows tissues to slide easily. So yes, very important point, they are like kind of made up of smooth tissue, so they allow them to slide very easily. Then comes the fibrocartilage, which is the most hardest than all cartilage, and they are present in invertebral disc, in knee joint, and in pectoral girdle. Then comes the last one, which is elastic cartilage, which is the most flexible and strong cartilage, located in the pinna of the ear, which is the outer part, like external and internal auditory tubes. This means present in entirely ear. So like auditory, this means listening tubes, and even epiglottis and larynx as well. So as I mentioned these all points, I hope cartilage will be very much clear. Then let's check it out in the picture. So we have three types mentioned: hyaline, fibro, and elastic. Hyaline, if we just talk about the hyaline structure, they have chondrocytes in their structure, and the matrix is the fluid-like structure, and they have a structure which calls leucina. This is a round-like structure, and the covering called as perichondrium. Here same chondrocytes in leucina, and yes, in fibro word means tells there will be something related to fibers, so here they have collagen fibers. Then comes another which is chondrocytes in leucina, and they have elastic fibers. So elastic cartilage even tells you something would be there related to elastic, so they have fibers known as elastic fibers, and the space between them you see called as gelatinous ground substance. So I hope it will be clear. Then comes characteristics of bone and cartilage, like the difference, which we'll do in the next video. So yes, okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.